at St. Jude, you don't ever have to worry about how much treatment. You never get a bill, ever, for any of it.
1 in 5 children diagnosed with cancer in the U.S. will not survive. St. Jude gives kids with cancer the chance they deserve. Help St. Jude give every child with cancer a chance.
Without the donors, St. Jude wouldn't be here.
Thank you so much. You have saved so many kids.
Let's cure childhood cancer together.
Think I'm playing games for you?
Daniel, you need to
Fuck my
stop.
noodle wet.
Oh,
Oh, you're on live.
I'm on live. Yes, I'm on live.
Oh, you on live.
Yeah, that's why you gotta watch what you say, man.
Oh, my bad.
You gotta watch what the fuck you saying, man.
Oh, don't monetize me now.
Yeah,
man.
don't. Yeah, you better chill out, man.
Don't ban me, man.
See, you never know when you're being recorded, y'all. Did y'all hear this disrespectful ass boy? I'ma beat him when I get off the live. I'm gonna give him a real good beating.
You can't beat a pimp.
Oh, I could beat a pimp. So
Pimp's unbeatable.
you unbeatable? Oh, he said he unbeatable. So anyway, y'all, that was part of a St. Jude commercial. Now, in the beginning of it, the reason I did that live, or I'm doing this live, so Jude Hospital is, of course, known best for helping children that have cancer. Okay, so you will see a lot of children. A lot of them will be white. I'm just going to be honest. On the commercial, there is white children. However, I have seen children of other races as well. So over time, you will see, different races of children. However, usually there will be a white child, but I want them healed of cancer. So that this is not a racial thing. But I wish I could have got the beginning of it. Because the mother was saying, and there was the mother speaking, and she was saying that it's nothing more painful, or how helpless she feels about her child having cancer. Okay, then there's a father that speaks as well, and talking about the pain of a child having cancer. So I may try to find like a St. Jude commercial. So thank you so much for the like, y'all. So the reason I'm bringing this up is I want to point out the natural love that a mother or father would have for a sick child or just their child. So I really wish that the beginning part of that could have been in the live. But basically they were saying they want to support their child with cancer. Of course, they're not going to abandon their child with cancer. They just love their child that has cancer, and they're there for the child. And another father, he states that you also get no bill with St. Jude. So St. Jude, Jude, Saint, STJUDE, it's an organization where all the care, from what I've heard, is for free. Okay. So I'm downstairs, y'all. So if y'all hear like a smoke detector, it's not fixed, or you hear like some water boiling. I'm not in my makeshift studio. I'm downstairs, so you may hear more noise. So someone says P. Daniel, what does just P mean? Someone just types a P. Nathan Saja, F60. What does the P mean? Is that some positive or derogatory? Yeah. Some people will do that. They'll just type an abbreviation, and it when you look up the initial online, it means something very bad. So anyway, so I'm gonna be doing a video about a sociopathic female. Of course, I've been uploading the lives about Kaylin because I feel like she's a sociopath. And what sociopaths will do, the female, is always prove my point, right? Oh, we're talking about hello Otter too. We're talking about the St. Jude commercial. I was recording part of that. So I'm displaying, I missed part of it. So I'm talking about how the parents with the children that have cancer, how loving and kind they are, and just the kindness they have towards their children that have cancer. But I'm talking about that first because I will be doing a live about the sociopathic female and her reaction to how she feels about her 4-month-old son dying. Okay, so I want to explain to you what more like normal parents or parents with empathy may feel, and then later I'll get into the video about the sociopathic female. Okay, so hold on, I'm gonna try to see if I could find some more information to kind of let you hear what the St. Jude deal is like. Okay, so hold on. Because I found out some new information. I got a call yesterday about the sociopathic female, and Child Protective Services, a lot of times, y'all, they there to protect the mother, not the child. So it's pretty sad how some of these kids, you can tell Child Protective Services, the other child she got is at risk of death. Okay. The other child, one has already died. And it may not be from natural causes in the way that we think, right? So they're still doing the examination of the baby. There has been some information that's out already, but the St. Jude commercial is a excellent example of how parents feel about their children when they love their children. So let me hear this. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, listen to this, y'all.
Toy he wants this holiday. It's not a toy he wants this holiday. Nice clothes, not on her list.
What these kids want, your kids have. Their health.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting for kids who aren't as lucky as yours.
The discovery that St. Jude can help save children close to you. Our treatments are used in hospitals all across America.
Thanks to our research, St. Jude has the world's best survival rates for the toughest childhood cancers.
And no family ever pays St. Jude for anything.
Our discoveries today could save a child you know tomorrow. So if you have healthy children, give thanks.
Give thanks.
Da las gracias.
Give thanks.
Donate now or visit stjude.org/thanksgiving to learn how you can help St. Jude save children's lives.
Okay, so I would consider donating to St. Jude. Thank you so much for the likes, y'all. I'm just going to express this. Okay. This is hard for Black families. Okay. So I understand this. In the United States of America, this is just the truth, right? Gatekeeping. Okay, gatekeeping would be an excellent word. But in this case, I'm going to suggest that you still donate to St. Jude, no matter the race of the kids, right? So even though you may predominantly see white children, maybe they're at a higher risk of certain cancers when they're younger. See, I don't know the genetics and the statistics of white children versus Black children because I am not a doctor, okay? And I have not studied on it. I do know this. I don't think there's any Black children in my family that has had cancer when they were young, okay? So I just want to point that out. So just because you see a bunch of white children that are really sick and they're healing and fighting cancer, that doesn't mean St. Jude is a racist agency. It could mean that that's really genetically the group of kids that normally have cancer. Okay, I'll give an example. Eczema. I have eczema. It's a skin condition. I take really good care of my skin, but I still have eczema. The doctors will tell me, the doctors have told me that a lot of Black people, children and adults, have eczema. See what I mean? So if they built some people will say eczema. I say eczema or eczema. It's a dermatology or a dermatological condition with the skin. And so if they built a eczema or eczema hospital, I'm just saying, I don't know if it exists, say they have one, and you see commercials and you see a bunch of light skin, caramel, chocolate, what they would call Black Americans going in there, and there's one or two white people that say, ooh, why ain't we being welcomed? You know, and there's other skin conditions. I think one of them's that rosacea, I think is one of them. I may be pronouncing it wrong, but I know with that skin condition, I think more white people get it. Okay. And when I say white, this ain't a complexion thing, right? This is a DNA thing. So there are a lot of Black children, adults, and kids that have eczema. Okay. So I want to be fair here, since I have not done the studying on the statistical information on what race of kid normally gets more cancers than others. I don't know any Black children that had cancer when they were very young. I know that they've had other disabilities and other disorders. I know Black children that are born with birth defects, but I don't know any Black children that I can personally think of as of right now in my family that had cancer. Okay. So what I'm not going to do is just see a bunch of white kids on the St. Jude commercial and make an assumption that they're racist. Okay. I'm not going to do that. Because I have seen some Black children here and there, but I will say this. I'm going to say this, and I know this about the United States. There's a lot of gatekeeping and a lot of things that are free as far as like the medical field. Depending on who's controlling it, there will be some gatekeeping. So anything that's free, I never doubt that Black people are being excluded from it. Okay. I never put that past any organization. Okay. Because it's not the organization per se, it's the workers that help keep that going. So in this case, since I have not done any statistical studying on which child gets cancer the most, is it Black children or white children, I'm not going to assassinate the character of the St. Jude organization and donate to them. No matter even if they put Black children out of it, donate. At this point, this is a credible organization. I think the majority of the donations go towards the St. Jude organization. I'm going to put this video in the description box that I just watched. However, the main purpose of me initially mentioning this St. Jude organization is to explain to you how empathetic mothers normally feel, especially their young children. Okay, you got to keep this in mind. Young children have not gotten to teenage age. So they have not done nothing usually to betray or violate their parents or family members. So you got to ask yourself, what kind of person hates a young child? Okay, and I'm talking about hate, especially their own mother. Okay, we're talking about the mother here primarily, because I'm going to be talking about the sociopath baby that just died, the sociopathic female. I've been uploading videos about her through my lives. Y'all got to keep track of my lives, y'all. It's like as the world turns, right? Check that water in there, Daniel. Can you put up the dishes in the dishwasher, please? Leave the knife in the dishwasher though. Don't put that up. Just leave that there. So, yeah, I ain't getting ready to catch no charge, y'all, because I tell somebody to take a knife out the dishwasher, they fall on the shit and stab themselves in their neck. Now I'm in the penitentiary, right? And the child is dead. Two things would happen. I would be in prison, Daniel would be dead. And I feel like I probably should go to prison. I would feel so guilty that I even told him to get the knife out of there. Okay. Knowing he clumsy a little bit, y'all. Sometimes clumsy, right? Never tell a clumsy person to get a knife. Okay. I'm a little clumsy too. That's why I try to be very careful. So please click a like, y'all. So ultimately, I will be doing a video about the sociopathic female. Okay. And I will be explaining to you her comment and how she feels about her 4-month-old baby that's dying or has died, right? And so you will get a glimpse of how a sociopathic female feels about their young children, okay? And I'm not talking about a mother that gives her child up for adoption. That's the best thing to do, okay? And every lady that gives her child up for adoption is not a sociopath. Some of them are, some of them not. Many people have very good reasons to give their child up for adoptions. For one example, say the mother has been told she has 6 months to live and she has a 4-year-old son or daughter. So she's putting her child up for adoption in that case because she knows that she's going to die soon. And part of her handling her affairs and business obligations, one of her obligations is to her child. So that's an example of someone putting their child up for adoption for legitimate reasons. Some people will put their child up for adoption. A mother may put her child up for adoption because she knows that she's going to abuse the child. That's a good reason to put your child up for adoption. And I'm talking about children that are put up for adoption in good families. But the St. Jude commercial gave me an idea of how I wanted to first explain, more of a normal and proper way that a parent would love a young child. Like I said, this is a child that has not gave you any problems yet, right? It's not an adolescent. It's not a teenager. It's not a young adult. He or her is not at that level. So there's nothing that the child has done or could do to make you that angry with them when they 10 and under. Let's just use it, because the majority of the kids on the St. Jude commercials will normally be 10 and under. Please like, share, and subscribe, y'all. So when I do this, these videos, you can go in my live videos and click on the videos where I'm talking about the sociopathic female. Okay.
You talk about herself a lot.
What?
You talk about herself a lot.
What you say, Daniel? You hear my son? He says I talk about myself like, well, you get out of here then, Daniel.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we crack a lot of jokes around here. Trust me, if I was a sociopath for real, he would not be anywhere around me. Okay, trust me. Daniel's only around because of empathy. Okay, no other reason. So yeah, trust me. You have to be a whole empath to deal with this guy, right? So there's no way that I would have had any tolerance for Daniel if I was a sociopath.
You take your meds, mama?
You hear this, boy? Just assassinating my character. You know what? I'm gonna explain something to y'all.
Take that med of yours.
This is a good example.
The schizophrenic.
He said, did I take my this boy is crazy. So we have a lot of dark humor around here, y'all. But I'm gonna tell you something about family.
Schizophrenia.
This is gonna he has a YouTube channel. Daniel has a YouTube channel, right? And the thing is this, y'all, I'm gonna talk about family jealousy. my perspective, cut the eye off, y'all. My perspective of people, right? Daniel's quite insecure. He has a YouTube channel. Okay. Daniel's kind of like what I would call a hater. Okay. He's a
Hey,
he's
yeah,
a
yeah.
he's a supporter,
Messed up,
but he's kind of a hater, but I'm able to kind of work with him on it. I can tell when somebody kind of insecure or jealous. See, the more insecure you are, the more jealous you will be. So, and men have it, y'all. Males, they have it more than you would ever imagine. So, from my perspective, Daniel's growing, right? But we've came a long way. It was times where he would participate in my videos. Then after the video, act kind of jealous of it, right? But he doesn't do that anymore. Okay. Sometimes I pay him some allowance. You know, here's you participated in this video. Here's $2.50. Okay, just a small little fee to participate in the video. But I do believe that just because someone is your son or daughter, don't mean they're not hating on you a little bit, right? And what a hater will
I
do,
ain't no goddamn hater.
you know, got to. So what a hater will do is what Daniel.
Don't like and subscribe. Don't like and
See,
subscribe.
saying don't like and subscribe. So this is what a hater will do, right? A hater will, what do you say? Schizophrenic, don't like and subscribe. And this is why, y'all. He has a YouTube channel and he mainly uploads shorts. And he'll compare his views to mine. This short got 1,000 views. So he's very competitive. So someone that's very competitive, they usually will fall in the brackets of insecure and jealous. So I love Daniel, but even my own son can be a hater, y'all. Okay. So that's the thing. So what haters will do, they have this dark sense of humor and they're like attacking, or it could be perceived as an attack. So just be careful with jokes, right? Because he's joking and smiling. What you say? Schizophrenic, sociopath?
I was making jokes.
Yeah, he said he's just making jokes. Okay. But then, you know, he's in my video. See, I never tell people not to like and subscribe to his channel. I always support his channel.
I was making a joke, man.
He said he's making a
Can't
joke.
take a joke, huh?
Huh?
Can't take a joke, huh?
Oh, I could. He said I can't take a joke. Yeah, he says he's joking, but dark humor and jokes can be quite narcissistic when the joke is against me, right? But he has a very dark sense of humor. So what I do, what I'm learning about kids too and young people is that Carl Jung calls it your shadow self. So what happens is when someone is suppressing who they are, okay, so I've been watching these Carl Jung videos. It's the shadow self. It's the bad side of you. It's the other side that you're trying to hide. So the more a person has to conceal their shadow self. So with Daniel, his shadow self is his dark humor, the little dark evil humor, right? The more he conceals that and the more I suppress it too much, the more evil he may become. So that's what I've learned about Daniel. And so I've always kind of trained my boys to be kind of like the good sons or like these perfect sons. And it's no such thing, right? So what happens is you're suppressing who somebody really is, right? And with Daniel, it's a whole demon, right? He's a whole demon. So I'm just making sure he's listening. So yeah, so that's basically it. So but I can handle his demon. I'm fine with it. But yeah, that's something. And he feels a little joy. You know, he gets a little in earth signs. I'm learning. Males that are under the earth signs, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorns, they kind of be hating on me a little bit, y'all. Okay. I'm serious. It's a pattern that I've noticed, right? My ex-aware narcissist, he was a Capricorn. He's an earth sign. Daniel's a earth sign. Taurus is a earth signs. Yeah, they really admire me. They do, because they see the good in me. They see my effort. Did you upload a video today, Daniel? On YouTube? Huh? Let me see. Let me check Daniel's channel. And I'll put Daniel's channel in the description box. See, I'm not going to be a hater like Daniel, right?
Seems like you're hating now.
Oh, he says I'm hating on him now, right? Oh, it sounds like, yeah, giving you a taste of your own medicine, right? So, yeah, so he's making his food. So let me see it when he's uploaded. He says I'm hating on him. And earth signs do that. They will blame, they will project onto me what they're doing.
I haven't said one thing yet.
Okay, so I'm gonna find Daniel's channel so I could put it in the description box, because I'm not gonna be like this guy, right? I'm not gonna be like Daniel. Please click a like, y'all. We're downstairs cooking, and let me see, playlist. I even have what I'll do, I'll put Daniel's playlist. I'll put his videos, the playlist I created. Okay, here it is. So let me see when Daniel's uploaded, right? This is one of his videos. Fair use, y'all. Okay, so let's see when the last time Daniel uploaded. Okay. And he gets good views, you know. One of his videos he got.
I'm sold. I want to invest. I got one. Now, how would I get in touch with you guys? You go.
Okay, so this is why he's hating, right? He's uploaded. The last time he uploaded was February 23rd of 2026. So there should be an upload for March by now, right? So I told him to upload more regular. Oh my God, you got 7,000 views on one video?
My fellow niggas. Whoa, man, what?
Okay, this is Daniel's channel.
You can't say that.
So then before that, he uploaded February 17th.
Can't say that.
Right. And then on this video, he got 2,000 views on.
Nickname motherfucker. When I was a kid,
He uploaded February 17th. So you got to upload Daniel. So the thing is with Daniel, he won't be such a hater if he uploads more, right? So check my upload. See, I don't get the views that Daniel gets on his videos, like my lives. I'm not going to get 2,000 views because, for one, these are not shorts. But the thing is, one of the things I am is more consistent with my uploads. And I think Daniel, he has a very quality channel, and I think he should upload more, right? And that way, because I think with YouTube, they'll give Daniel like 1,000 views. Daniel's capable of getting 1,000 views on every video, but he's not as consistent as I am. Okay, I have over 120,000 views. I've been on YouTube at least 4.5 years just on this channel. Okay, so next year I think would be 5 years. And so that's the thing with earth signs, that they will have this envy, except Capricorns. Now Capricorns, that earth sign will kind of admire my consistency, because Capricorns will be equally as consistent or more consistent, whether they be a lady or a man. So a Capricorn, they're all about business, and they can outrun me any day, right? In the business world, okay? Emotionally, I will always have a higher emotional status than a Capricorn, usually, is what I found. But financially, they will systematically outrun me. However, Tauruses and Virgos, Daniel, he's a Virgo, he may not outrun me. but he can, but they lack consistency. So Tauruses and Virgos need to work on being more strict and more consistent. And Daniel is strict now. He is that. So Daniel, I need you to upload today.
Okay.
So he got an attitude. But see, the thing is, that's why you shouldn't come on somebody's channel fronting them off, right? Thank you so much for the like. So see, I always got a little mouth for an earth sign. That's the thing. Signs love to start it, but then they get their feelings hurt when you finish it off. So that's okay. So, and I will put Daniel's channel in the description box. And then just go from there. And then I'll be doing the video on the sociopathic female that the baby died. Okay, the sociopathic female, Kaylin, of course. I've talked about her. So sociopathic female and how they talk when their young baby dies. And it's not good talk, y'all. And how Child Protective Services will know what the sociopathic female is saying, but yet give her unsupervised visits of another child that's already in an unhealthy phase. I'll just go over that, but I want to try to find a, thank you, Daniel, for your input on this channel. So you make it interesting. Daniel always keeps it interesting. So let me try to find, I want to try to find a video where St. Jude, there's a St. Jude parent talking. Hold on. St. Jude parents. Okay. Oh, I'm seeing some Black children here. Okay. That's why you don't want to assassinate the character or assassinate an organization. Because I look at St. Jude parents and it brings up I see 2 Black kids, right? So I guess Black children do get cancer as well when they're very young. Okay, hold on.
Look at 3 pictures of Azalea. Look at her before treatment. Look at her while she's going through treatment. Look at her now. You give children their lives back and you give families hope. Look at 3 pictures of Azalea. Look at her before treatment. Look at her while she's going through treatment. Look at her now. You give children their lives back and you give families hope.
Okay, so fair use, y'all. I'll put these videos in the description box. So hold on. Let's play this. Fair use, y'all.
Gracie had her 5th birthday. We had her a pool party. She had spiked a fever, got to 102. We took her to our local ER. Our platelets were a little low, but nothing extreme. And they told us she had mono. And she told us, I just want to refer you to St. Jude. Let's get her checked out and be certain. That afternoon, she called at about 3:30 or 4 o'clock, and she said less than 1% of the cells on the flow came back abnormal. The only way I can completely rule out leukemia is if we do a bone marrow aspiration. We took Gracie back that following Tuesday morning. We had a bone marrow aspiration, and that afternoon, she confirmed that it was our worst nightmare. Dr. J.I. said, Gracie has what we hoped that it wasn't. It's leukemia. The first question we asked was, what are we going to do about it? And she said, not only are we going to treat it, we're going to cure it. They put a team together, and we had Michelle was our nurse practitioner, Corey was our nurse, and Dr. J. Hall was our physician. We knew right then we were in the best place that we could be. Gracie has grown to love the people at St. Jude. She is happy about coming. It's not a sad thing to her, which helps.
This mother, she's not bragging about what kind of mother she is. She's showing it, right? So, and I don't think the other mom in the beginning that I kind of missed that part in this video, but the other mother was just expressing her love for her child, but she wasn't bragging. But this is a good example of a concerned mother. So when I talk about the video that I'll be uploading about the sociopathic female and how she's talking since her young child has died, I'm emphasizing that because of this. People develop different feelings towards some of their children when they grow up. Some people just have horrible children, right? Some of them actually come out to be horrible people. You know, sometimes children will grow up and talk real bad to their parents, you know, wish death on their parents, you know, and never apologize for it. Name call their parents and never apologize. And these be older children. Like, these children could treat their parents like this, and these children are now 40 and 45 and 35. We're not talking about no teenagers here that are still in a heavy discipline phase of learning how to behave and not to behave. They're still in the training phase, right? So these will be older children that's been trained, that are just consistently acting out. But I like this video that I'm playing, this fair use video, because this mother is showing the love that she has for her young child that has cancer. So I'm going to finish playing it, but again, fair use. And I'm going to use this in comparison to the video I'm going to be doing later today. Thank you so much, Daniel, about the sociopathic female. Okay. And again, I'm going to put Daniel's video. Oh, it is. The oven's on. Thanks for telling me. So I'm going to be putting Daniel's video in the description box, his most recent video that he's uploaded the end of February. And Daniel should be uploading today. Okay. So they need you on YouTube, Daniel. Get that upload done. Fair use, y'all. Fair use. Please click a like as well.
It's never been sad. It's amazing that this place even does exist. We do 120 weeks of chemotherapy. After the 120 weeks is up, 2.5 years of treatment, then they'll check her bone marrow again, another bone marrow aspiration, to be certain that every bit of the leukemia is gone. There's no telling how much it costs, but every bit of it is covered by St. Jude. I would hope that Gracie grows up and does something to change the world. I want her to come back and not a 94% success rate for ALL. I wanted 100. I want her to be I can't tell you enough how wonderful it is to all the people that donate to St. Jude. Without you, everybody that donates, there wouldn't be a Gracie. Thank you from the bottom of our heart. We couldn't tell you enough how much it means for you to save Gracie's life.
Okay, so that was the St. Jude commercial. So
Gracie had her 5th birthday.
Okay, that's the same video. I'll put these videos in the description box along with Daniel's channel that he's going to be uploading on soon. So hold on one second. Hold on, y'all. So hello to Dude, Axton, Bro. Thank you so much for all the hellos. And then Otter 2. Hopefully I answered your question. And then Nathan Saja put a P. What does just a P mean? For P. Diddy? Oh, Daniel's just kidding. He says, okay. P meaning in text. Okay. So okay, a P means to Nathan Saja. So I guess I could say thank you for it. It doesn't seem all bad. So in texting, P or a capital P, it can be a lowercase or a capital P, is an emotion representing a face with its tongue sticking out, symbolizing playfulness, teasing, sarcasm, or a lighthearted joke. It is commonly used to ensure a comment is not taken too seriously. It can also mean people, please, or signify a picture. So okay, and it also means it's a tone indicator. The P is a tone indicator. It stands for platonic, indicating a comment is meant to be friendly and not sexual or romantic. So the P, it gives a boundary there, right? P for slang is popularized by Gunna. It often stands for player or represents positive, authentic behavior, pushing P. So Nathan Saja, thank you for putting the P here. Contextual abbreviations, P can stand for people, please, picture, or a paragraph, depending on the context. So some examples would be like, you're so annoying. P means playful teasing. They're just playing, okay? Another uses would be like, I'm not doing that. P, clarifying it's not a romantic request. So P is not sexual or romantic in nature. So it's it's respectful. Okay. So another example would be, that's just not P. And then in parentheses, not keeping it real. So yeah, so P is a positive thing. So thank you, Nathan Saja, for putting a P here. Now we know what it means. Because we are always on this channel, Advanced Insight channel, we're always learning something new together. So I did not know what a P meant until Nathan put it here. Nathan Saja. So thank you so much for that, Nathan Saja, for the P. Now we know what it means. So if someone puts a P, don't get offended by it. It's a healthy thing. It's not a insult or anything like that. I've had people put other letters, but they were insults, but the P is not, okay? And what I did, I looked on AI, the AI overview of the P meaning in text. And it tells you what that is on AI, okay? So I will be doing the video about the sociopathic female. And thank you so much for supporting Daniel and I and my entire family. And again, I will be putting Daniel's video in the description box below. And Daniel's going to be getting an upload for the month of March, because he hasn't uploaded on his channel since the end of February. So Daniel's going to upload for March. We're in March now. Okay. So, yeah, because when Daniel's uploaded on his channel, he's not so insecure when he sees mom uploading, right? So, yep, thank you so much for supporting us here with the Advanced Insight channel. Daniel, did you want to say bye? They can't hear you, son. You're way upstairs.
Well, bye-bye, YouTube.
Yeah, Daniel says bye, YouTube. Thank you so much, Daniel, for the exit. Please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Daniel's channel as well. I'll have all of that in the description box. The St. Jude commercial videos that I just did the fair use on. I'll have all of that in the description box within 30 minutes of this live ending. Thank you so much. Tune in for more right here with the Advanced Insight channel. Thank you. Bye. Thank you so much for the likes, y'all.